Good evening, all of you, uh, St. Peter's and all listeners. I'm taking a look tonight at Psalms 46, and it's a beautiful, encouraging uh, song. And the psalmist starts off, and I've got to read this because I love to hear it, because hearing it is better than me trying to explain it to you. Psalms 46 starts off and it says, God is our refuge and strength. I want you to imagine a place where you don't feel afraid, a place where you feel fortified, a place where you feel whole and complete and able and ready. That's what that means. God is our refuge and strength, a help always near in times of great trouble. Now, that is why we won't be afraid when the worlds fall apart, when the mountains crumble into the center of the sea, when its waters roar and rage, when the mountains shake because of surging waves. All of these scenarios that in our own frailty and our own fear we would quiver and run and scream and cry. But the psalmist is saying, God is our refuge and our strength. He is our sure thing when everything crumbles. That's just how resolute God is calling us to believe and to trust, even in these days and times of COVID-19. Because listen to what the psalmist says here. There is a river whose streams gladden God's city, the holiest dwelling of the Most High. And guess what? God is in that city. It will never crumble. God will help it when morning dawns, nations roar, kingdoms crumble, God utters his voice, the earth melts. The Lord of the heavenly forces is with us. The God of Jacob is our place of safety. And at the end of the psalm, the psalmist says it again. The Lord of heavenly forces is with us. The God of Jacob is our safety place. So remembering how God protected Jacob, remembering how God has made a way out of no way. And beloved, I want you to understand, it doesn't mean that things won't happen. It doesn't mean that there won't be tragedy. It doesn't mean that there won't be sorrow. It doesn't mean that we won't lose people. It doesn't mean that we have to stop working and praying and striving for justice in a corrupt government that cares more about economics and profit than people. As a matter of fact, they've even said that there are some people that are expendable. Old folks, folks with pre-existing conditions, folks that are frail. Somehow they've become expendable in our community, our lack of access to health care, all of those things. But what God is saying in this psalm is that God is our refuge. He is a very present help in the time of trouble. Beloved, we've got to hold on. We've got to believe. We've got to know that God is not far from us, but rather God is listening and God is walking right by our sides. So we can't stop fighting. We can't stop being a voice for the poor. We can't stop being a voice for those people who are living without. God is our help. God is our refuge. God is our strength. God bless you on tonight.